super critical. So we'll move to Pavan. Mm, any closing remark? And by the way, we should have a session just on this. Puneet made a very vital point in terms of how do we get ready. So we should just have a session only on that, like how do we have the readiness for the new act. Pavan, any closing remark? And then we'll go to Prashant, maybe quick one to 2 minute closing remark.
My closing remarks are only this much. Let's get out into the field. Let's get our hands dirty. Let's start working on things. Let's not be in a complacency mode. Why? Because that's going to cost any organization humongously. From the CISO standpoint, apart from costing the organization, such kind of an error could even cost you your job. In addition, it could also expose you to criminal liability under the existing law in your own individual capacity, and for which you may not have the appropriate documentation to show that you as an organization or you as a top management of the organization had exercised all due diligence to prevent the commission of any offense or contravention. So focus back on documentation, focus back on your due diligences and compliances, and this law, but particularly, I think it's going to be a game-changing law primarily. Everything will be dependent on, well, it's very, very simple. If your PII is misused, no problem. Just shoot a complaint to the Data Protection Board, and that becomes the starting point of a new investigation when the board is going to go ahead and try to find out if there's any contravention, and thereafter ultimately give a fine up to 250 crore rupees. That's one of the many things that you can do. In addition, because there's a breach of your sensitive personal data or a PII, clearly you will also have remedies under the Information Technology Act, which you can also do, which means that you can also file criminal charges against the company under the IT Act and the IT rules. Most of the time, the companies become intermediaries under Section 21W of the Information Technology Act 2000. And this, shall I say, abuse or misuse of personal data is also in complete contravention of the provisions of Rule 3 of the Information Technology Rules 2021, which have been updated as on 6th of April 2023. Because right now they are going to marry this with the requirement for having in place reasonable security practices and procedures, which will have to be again an ISO 27001. So you will have remedies under there. Unfortunately, your remedy for unlimited damages by way of compensation under Section 43 Capital A of the IT Act has been withdrawn because that's been repealed